839 Oswego Road in Liverpool, New York. And of course, I am here every single month with the Liverpool Warriors. We are celebrating Liverpool Warriors girls lacrosse. They're taking a picture right now off camera, but can you give each other a round of applause right now? I am here with captains Mia Berthoff as well as Addyson Graham. Mia, Addyson, how are you? Doing well. So, Mia, we were talking about it before we got started. I think we sat in this booth 4 years ago that you've been on the show, right? It's been 4 years?
Yeah.
So, you're a veteran. You've been with us, I think we've been with Avicolli's 5 years, and you've been on the show for 4. What's your advice to freshmen and those that have maybe never been on the show before?
Come with your 2 questions for rapid fire.
Come with your questions ready. And Addyson, were you ready?
No, I was not ready and not prepared.
Not prepared? All right. Did she give you any tips? Did Mia tell you anything you should ask today?
No, she didn't. And
She
she
gave
wouldn't
you-
even tell me what she was going to ask. So.
She gave you nothing. Okay.
No,
Mia, but you're ready.
nothing.
For yours?
She only has one.
You got
so.
one. Okay. So we're a couple games into the season. We got a game coming up in just a couple days. Mia, I'm going to start with you. What is it about this season that in these first couple games you've learned at this point?
I think that it's different from any other season because our chemistry is like so good.
I was going to say that.
Okay. Our chemistry is really good and we just like connect very well. We talk a lot, which may be a bad problem, but everything is just connecting. And once someone makes a mistake, we just bounce right back.
She said the chemistry is really good this year.
Yeah.
Why is it better than last year? What is it about the team this year?
I think we don't have like someone who just ball hogs the whole time and just has the ball on their stick.
So you think people share more now?
Yeah.
Addison, what about you? What would you say about these first couple games, what you've learned?
Yeah, to piggy off of that, I think everybody on the team has a role, and I think everybody, does that role to their best of ability, and it's not just one person doing everything or carrying the whole team. Everybody has a different thing to do, and that us all coming together, we take the dub every time. So.
And when you look at these first couple games, you've had a win, you've had a loss. What did you learn from winning, and what did you learn from that early loss on the season, Addison?
From that early loss, I definitely learned, we have a lot to do. Like, we have a lot to work on. We have a lot to get through this season, and it's going to be tough, and we're going to have to work hard constantly over practices and over the rest of the season until it's really time for us to come out and play, and we'll see that after sectionals or right before sectionals or whatever, and that's when we're really going to see how much we've improved and how much time and work that we put into it, and it's going to show out. So.
We have a ton of support and the entire team here tonight. Addison, who is the person on the team that you consider to be and I got to get a video here if y'all oblige me, if you can show some love for your teammates here. I want to show everybody. So, who's the person on the team that you think pushes you the most?
I would say a couple people. Can I name a couple people?
Yeah.
Okay, I would definitely say Mia, because me being a defender and then her being a attacker or mini or whatever, we're always going up against each other and we're always competing each other, and her being a really good player makes me an even better player playing defense against her. And I also think Gabby pushes me also a lot because we're both on defense together, and it's just like we're constantly trying to talk to each other, figure out what we can do to better help defense as a whole, and we're always trying to piggyback off of each other and figure out what else that we can work on or something. So yeah.
So you have a couple. Mia, what about you?
I would definitely say Addison. She's always pushing me to be my best and try new things on her.
So when you guys go up against each other in practice, how heated does it get, Mia?
Oh my god, you said you heated it was today. Oh my god.
It depends on the practice.
All right, let's talk about today since your teammates want to hear about today.
Coach Flood wanted to make Addison face guard me, so I got really mad.
You got really mad? Addison, how would you describe how the battles are in practice with Mia?
Sometimes it'll be all fun and games, and then sometimes one of us will get irritated, and it'll just be like, all right, I'm actually trying to play for real. Like, let's go. Like, let's go against each other for real. But yeah, it's all, it's all out of love. It's all for fun.
So how many times, like, what's the percentage you would say that's fun and games versus I seriously want to beat you right now?
I would say usually before like a game we're like really trying, and like the day before the game day practice is when we're going the hardest.
Right.
So I would say like, I don't even know.
I would say like fun and games sorry.
There you go.
Fun and games probably like, I don't know, maybe like 40, 60.
Okay.
Yeah. Like 40% fun and games, 60% like.
When you said the closer you get to game day, the more serious this battle gets, and we're 2 days away from game day. So what can we expect tomorrow, Addison?
Well, today was a little sneak peek of that because Mia just kept running it down the field and scoring every single freaking time. So, I was getting a little irritated, but you can probably see a little bit more of that, and that's where the face guarding came in because we were just like, no, that's not happening again. So, yeah, you can probably see a little bit more of that tomorrow before game day.
So if the face guarding happened today, Mia, and you got a little frustrated, what's tomorrow going to look like, in your opinion?
Probably gonna be expecting it. Coach Flood always wants to challenge me.
Okay. All right, fair enough. So every season, we always have a little tell me something good about the coaching staff. So I want you to go person by person on staff and tell me something good, Mia.
Me first?
Yeah.
All right. Wait, good or bad?
Good. Good. I said, tell me something good. She said, good or bad. So I guess whatever you want to say, Mia. You're a veteran here. I guess you have the right to say what you want to say.
Okay, Coach Anderson, she keeps it real. Like, if I'm playing a bad game, we already heard it in the scrimmage. She told everybody I was playing bad, and I already knew that. But she just keeps it real. And because she knows what to expect out of me, so she keeps standards high. Coach Hart is the person I go to after I'm having a bad shooting game, and she'll just be there for me and tell me the goal will go in, you just gotta find your shot. And then Coach Flood pushes me to be my best. She'll try new things, and she knows that I can do it.
I heard 2 positives and a negative, is what I heard. I heard Coach Anderson, that was a little bit, when she tells me when I'm bad, is what she said. And then your other coaches, you said very nice things. Addison, what do you have to say about your 3 coaches?
Honestly, Mia took it all. I was gonna pretty much say the same thing about Coach Anderson. She's the one that'll tell you straight up, but it's not in a bad way. I wouldn't take that as something bad. That's what a coach should do. That's what a coach is supposed to do.
Tough
tell you
love.
when you're in the wrong and improve you and make you better and stuff. Coach Hart, definitely somebody I would go to if I just want a little nice speech or a nice talk. She's just so sweet. So yeah, and then Coach Flood, I feel she's definitely one person that'll always continue to push me and literally if I'm doing something that that I can definitely work on, she's definitely there to always tell me. She's always there to encourage me to try something different or try something specifically for another defender or just she's always just talking to me and just always there.
So I hear teacher, hugger, and tough luck. That's what I hear from the 3 of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
That sums it up.
All right. So Coach Anderson is a big Bills fan. And so Addison, how many times does Coach Aaron Anderson speak on the Buffalo Bills in practice or utilize it in a game or a speech or a text message?
Well, I don't really be in text message group chats, not gonna lie. I'm just non-existent sometimes, but yeah, I just don't answer.
Okay.
But honestly, this year I haven't heard a lot about the Bills. Am I just deaf or something? Yeah, I haven't heard a lot. Is that because they're losing or?
I think it's because Stephon Diggs is gone.
They-
He's gone. Gabe Davis is gone. So it's a little.
Can we not talk about Stephon Diggs leaving right now?
He left.
I know people are getting upset right now. Mia, if she's not talking about the Bills, where do you think your head coach will? What does she quote the most? Does she ever use anything? A movie, a TV show, a person?
She just says like pal and buddy and
Hal and Buddy?
yeah.
Okay.
We're her pals.
We're her pals.
Okay.
Our group chat.
Dude.
Our group chat is varsity pals.
Yeah. 20.
So you read all the group chats, you just don't answer.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not. Wait, what did she say? Wait, what did you
I
say?
said,
really read.
I said you read.
Oh.
It depends on the day.
It
Depends
depends.
on
If
the-
it's like a practice schedule in the iMessage group chat, I'll be more likely to read the iMessage group chat than the Snapchat group chat because these girls just blow up the Snapchat group chat every day, every hour. Like they don't stop. They don't stop. So it's like annoying. I can't.
I think Addie's been in the group chat once, and one time Addie snapped. She snapped that from
Yes.
So Mia, do you get involved in the Snapchat?
I
group chat?
started. I started.
Literally, me.
You started. Okay. Okay.
She started.
Is there anybody else that doesn't open the Snapchat group chat other than Addison?
No, I always see their little heads pop in.
Okay.
Yeah, the younger girls don't say anything. They'll just like it.
So who talks on the Snapchat group chat? All right, I'm seeing some hands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so like 7, 8 people. That's it. And Mia, you said you started. So you're the most active. Who's the second most active?
Caitlin. No, but she doesn't really type that. It's them
But
three.
it's you always making fun of her.
Yeah.
Gianna Carbone is most
Most for fun. Okay. So how long have you been doing the Snapchat group chat?
Season started, right?
Like since like last year.
Since last year. Okay. Do the coaches get involved?
Oh no.
Not in the Snapchat.
No, no.
So no coaches on the Snapchat group chat.
No.
Okay.
That will never happen.
Okay. All right. So, Addison, I'm guessing we're gonna have to do this not Snapchat related, but since you're not on it, but who is, in your opinion, the most serious, stone face, never laughs, just constantly focused
I was
person
gonna
on the
say
team?
that literally. I was gonna say Zoe Patrick. Like she don't like
Muffin Man.
some emotions are just not there sometimes.
Muffin Man.
You said some emotions are just not there.
Yeah, like everybody else will be laughing, giggling all the time, like always talking, and Zoe's just like just
So she's dead serious.
yeah.
All right, Mia, who is the most comedic on this year's team? Fun. Is it you? They're saying it's you. Addison, you think it's Mia?
Mia's funny in
It's
a
you
mean
too.
way.
It's you too.
Okay, so Addison said
don't
Mia's
think I'm
funny
that
in a
funny.
mean way.
Mia's like the team in the best way possible I can say this. Mia's the team troller, the team bully. Like she'll literally get on everybody's cases about everything.
Okay.
Anything. Facts, you don't even have to talk. It'll just be
She gives
yeah.
everyone a nickname that is not like a good
Yeah.
Okay. So, did anybody get a good nickname from Mia?
Jeez.
Two.
Right there.
Gianna, what
what-
was yours?
Rizzler.
What is it?
Rizzler.
Rizzler? And what is it?
Rig it.
Rig it. Rig
Hers
it.
is good.
Oh, so you get rig it. Okay, I understand.
Hers
So-
is good.
Shut up.
So before we get into rapid fire,
Oh,
your favorite part of being on this squad this season, with you both being leaders on the team, Mia, what's your favorite part of being with all these girls?
I would say my favorite part is like all of them are like my best friends, and we hang out of school a lot. So it's just like fun to like go to practice, and then later at night we'll just go do something or go out to ice cream. Like we're always together, and it's just like a family.
Okay. A family that you pick on all the time. Addison, what's your favorite part of this team?
I think it's just the fact that, I've known all of these girls for so long. Like, me and Addie were just talking about, like, we grew up playing Lila together, like, mad little, and it's just fun that I get to, like, have my last senior year with, like, all these girls that I've just known forever, so.
And you talk about one more ride and your leaders on the team, captains. Addison, what does it mean to be a leader? How would you define a captain?
A captain is just somebody that, is always there for you whenever you need motivation, or if you just need a little tip or a quick, just something to hype you up or get you, like, ready to play again or something like that. And it's not always, like, what you say, but it's mostly, like, what you do and how you present yourself out there. Nobody's going to listen to somebody that's just out there yelling at everybody every 5 seconds or something. And it's not always the best to just be the most loudest on the team, Sometimes leaders come in, like, quiet, leaders come quietly, like they know right from wrong, and they'll just push you to always be your best.
So a leader doesn't have to yell, and they got to set an example with their actions, not just their words. Mia, how would you define being a captain, what it means to be a leader?
I would say, like, it's not always the one who has to be the loudest person on the team or the best one. It's the one who shows, like, the great role model and how to be, like, how to pick someone up after they fail or are down on themselves.
So with that being said, as we're early on in the season, it's time to play rapid fire. Mia, you have a question ready, I was told. So what is your question for me?
I was going to say, what was the hardest thing about starting your business?
The hardest thing about starting my business? Well, so this is total, I've always been honest about really everything I've done. So I started my business with 27 cents in my pocket. I had $103 in my bank account. And I was living with my grandmother because I agreed to take care of her after she fell in her 90s. So I was her caregiver, and I was working at a radio station. I was 26 at the time. And I didn't want to work for people that lied. I didn't want to work for people that had gone against what they promised me. I wanted to start a business at 30, but at 26, I said to myself, I believe in God, and they don't really like this here. I have morals and values, they don't really have those here. And I started my business, so I think the hardest part of it was really just, when I started it, there was nothing. It was building, I tell people all the time, it was taking the air in front of my face and molding it into something that was tangible. And, there was, we're going to be on the internet, how are we going to do that? It was a bunch of years ago, so it was, what are we going to do with the studio? How are we going to bring businesses in? What hours are we going to do? What it's going to look like? What's it going to feel like? What equipment are we going to have? So, it honestly, it wasn't scary because I have a strong faith and I believe in my dreams. It was more of just kind of going back to that moment of meeting individuals in different places and just sitting with people saying, like, to this business owner, I need you to believe in this and I need you to trust me. And going to, people that I had interviewed and said, I'm going to do something different. I need you to go with me on this. And honestly, God just surrounded me with really, really good people who have believed in me and stood by me, and they didn't care who I was working for or where I was working, as long as they trusted in what my vision was, and they did. So, honestly, I think the hardest part to some people is just to start. But once you start, you wake up and your company's I'm going to have a 12-year anniversary this year. And thank you. And I remember year 1 and people saying, like, you need to make it through this year, you got to make it through year 5. And now we're going into year 12. So I think you just got to believe in your dreams. That's what I would say. All right, Mia, my question for you, since you and I have done, you're probably the most tenured person of like all sports with Liverpool, you're probably up there as somebody that's been on the most. So my question to you would be, as someone who sat with me for a while, and we've talked about Liverpool so long, as you look back on your time at Liverpool knowing this is one more ride, what would you say to somebody who didn't know what it was like to be a Warrior, didn't know what it was like to be at the high school? How would you describe to them how they should treat their time at Liverpool and what it means to be a Warrior?
I would say to. One second. I would say to live your life to your fullest because you never know what's going to happen. In your life, you could have some challenges, and you never know what the next day will bring you. One of our players, Lana Lampe, she tore her ACL for the second year in a row, and I think she's a great example of she came back with positive attitude, and she had tore her ACL again. So I think she's just like trying to be a bright in our lacrosse team, even though she's still hurt for the second year in a row.
So just to appreciate everything, eh?
Yeah.
All right, Addison, what's your first question for me?
Mine's not very intricate. I was gonna ask, what's your favorite carnival food? But yeah, and why? And why?
My favorite carnival food.
Sorry, I didn't have time to think about.
No, you're good. I have never been asked this question,
Okay, there you go.
and every year I've been a broadcaster. So I would say I'm going to go to the New York State Fair, and I'm going to say candy apple at the New York. Nobody liked that answer, but I'm going to say as a kid,
Barely food.
I'm going to say kid candy apple, and then I'm going to say probably fried dough as an adult. So, well, pizza free for some people, but there's some good fried dough in other parts outside of the fair. But yeah, I mean, I guess like as a kid, I always got a candy apple, so let's say candy apple. All
Do you
right.
bite into the candy apple? Like, do you cut it in half, or like, what do you do? Yeah, like the caramel.
I'm talking about the red one.
So like
where
the
you-
hard.
Yeah, where you like break your teeth on it. Yeah.
So would you bite into it?
You gotta like wait and let it let it sit for a bit, and then you bite into it, and once it starts to crack, it's okay. So I'd say that.
Never had a candy apple, so.
You should try it. All right, Addison, I'm gonna throw a food one at you now.
Okay.
If you had to describe yourself as a plate of food, what meal would describe the personality of Addison Graham?
You asked me this question.
Did I ask you this? I don't
At the
remember
basketball.
asking you this one.
And I said.
Then I'm not going to ask you this one. I forgot I
okay.
asked you that.
Yeah,
okay.
at basketball, you
My
did.
bad.
No, it's okay.
I didn't think I asked you that one. All right. So I'm gonna stick with food,
Okay.
and we're gonna go to dessert.
Okay.
Okay. You can have one dessert for the rest of your life.
Okay.
What dessert do you have every single day from now on?
Lately, I've been really obsessed with brownies.
Brownies?
Yes, so
Okay.
I would say a brownie, but it has to be like the type of brownie that like it has chocolate in it, and then has like chocolate chips inside of it, and then chocolate chips on top of it, like an
Right.
extra gooey brownie.
Yeah. I don't think you can do a brownie without having chocolate chips how you described it. It's got to
Yeah,
be like a
exactly.
bunch of layers.
Yeah.
All right. Mia, what's your last question for me?
Do you regret anything that you've done in the past?
Do I regret anything I've done in the past? You whispered that one, like almost like it was a secret.
No, I didn't mean to.
Do I regret anything I've done in the past? I don't live with regret, so I'm going to say no. But I would say I would go back in the past to myself in high school, and I would say, be who you are, unapologetically, be proud of who you are, and other people's opinions of you are none of your business. So I wouldn't say I regret it, but in high school I really cared what people thought. And I mean, I want to say this to everybody that's here, no matter what the age is. If you have been bullied, or if you've been the bully, but let's discuss it for a minute because it's important. When I was in school and you were bullied, you couldn't say anything. If you said anything, you were a wuss, you were a wimp, you had to keep it to yourself. But to people now where mental health is important, and we've seen people in our community, in our high schools, take their lives. And I had a friend take his life at 17 years old. So what I would say to you about bullying is, if it's happening to you, talk to the people you love. You know, I've always leaned on my faith in God, so I would say that. I would say go to the people that you love, talk it through. Don't be afraid to discuss it. Don't be afraid to share how you feel, because anyone that thinks that a bully is better than them, or I will tell you something about bullies, and I will tell you this every year of my life that I've learned in the professional world. Bullies are weak. Bullies are constantly worried about everything. Bullies never feel good about themselves, and they only bully for the temporary feeling of release of them not having to feel like they've amounted to nothing. So if a bully is attacking you, it's because something is attacking them. So I would pray for them, and I would share it with people, and I would tell you to never feel like you're alone. And if anybody in this room ever gets bullied and you need help, I'll come talk to the team, because I will not watch any of you get bullied and keep my mouth shut about it. That's what I'll say about that. So Mia went deep on these two questions. All right, Mia. Mia, I've asked you so many things, I'm trying to think what I haven't asked you yet. So let's go to, have we done vacationing yet with you?
Yes.
We did vacationing. I think we did that in the beginning. All right, so let's go to, if you had to choose one of your teammates to be your vice president, and you're running right now in 2024, what person would you want to be your vice president, and why?
Either Caitlin or Addison.
Okay, why?
Because they're my best friends.
Because they're your best friends. Okay.
So sweet.
All right, I like that. Clap that up. That's good stuff for friends. Caitlin and Addison, love it. All right, Addison, what's your last question for me?
What is one of your biggest accomplishments in life? Yes, in life.
One of my biggest accomplishments in life, I would say, I mean, obviously having the company, I would say that I have my own business, but I would say an accomplishment going off of what we talked about tonight was really getting to a place where I didn't care what other people thought. I would say that. I would say getting to a place of peace and mental strength, and I would also say being a dad to my dog. My dog's really awesome, so
What type of dog do you have?
I have a Havanese. She's a little cute.
tiny?
Yeah, she's a Cuban dog. She's little, but I would say being her dad is probably my proudest accomplishment, because she treats me a lot better than probably I deserve. But she's a good girl. So yeah, I love Lily. All right, Addison, my last question for you before we hop out of part one here. What is one thing that you hope changes in 2024 in this world? One thing that you hope just becomes better?
Oh, what I've been learning a lot in English class right now is just inclusivity, just
Yeah.
as a whole. And I realize like how much, like our world is so like, we're not inclusive at all, and we don't like to bring in other people that are different than one another, or somebody that is might be just a little bit different than somebody else, or think a different way than somebody else, or be a different gender as somebody else. And it's just all of that is just causing us to just have so many problems in this world. And I just feel like if we all just come together and just be nice to one another, like just be nice, just include everyone, just yeah, and then our world would be a better place. So yeah, just inclusivity.
Yeah, being nice to people, it's not hard, right?
Yeah, it's really not that hard.
Yeah, that was good. You clapped that. So for our captains, Mia Berthoff, as well as Addison Graham, myself, Dan Tortora, this has been Liverpool Girls Lacrosse, the Warriors on site at Avicolli's. We got more coming up, but please give Addison and Mia